Nobody suspects anything?
No. They think it's a typical mission.
The most interesting scene in Volume 9 was of course the brief flashback we saw with Summer. How she died is one of the biggest reveals left and they keep teasing it so hard. I'm on my knees to find out the full story. This flashback is one of the biggest steps we have gotten so far towards finding that out. Let me just quickly mention I loved every second of the flashback. Seeing Summer joke around with Ty, seeing her sassy interactions with Raven, getting to see Raven again and this more upbeat jokey side of her, I loved it all. And my lord, do I need more. But what I found really interesting was this little adventure that the two of them embarked on. It seems to be a precursor to whatever happened with Summer, given that she says,
"If I do this right, there's nothing to worry about."
But what I keep thinking about is, what could this mission possibly be? It's not a mission for Ozpin, as Summer said that that was just a lie that she concocted to tell Ty as a cover story. So what could these two possibly need to do that for some reason doesn't involve Ozpin? It must be something incredibly ill-advised given that they feel the need to keep it a secret, but also it seems like they both perceive it to not be that big of a deal, given that Raven says,
Let's get it over with, I guess.
almost implying that this is a somewhat trivial task for two people of their abilities. And I say two people on purpose. Raven does use her semblance to take them somewhere in the flashback. We know that Raven can only create portals to people she develops a deep bond with, so she has a portal for Crow, Yang, and presumably Ty, given that at one point they were close enough to have a child. So at first glance, it seems like the portal she made is going to Crow, as they definitely aren't going to Yang or Ty. But that would imply that Crow partook in this mission of theirs, or at the very least knows about it, which honestly I feel like isn't the case, as throughout the whole series whenever Crow has referred to the topic of Summer, I at least always got the impression that he doesn't know how Summer died. You guys in the comments can let me know if you also thought that. So if Raven didn't create a portal to Crow, then who did she? Well, if you remember, even when Raven closes her portal, it seems like she can still open it again to go back to wherever she came from. We saw this happen in Volume 3 after she saved Yang from Neo, then again in Volume 4 when she finished talking with Crow. In both instances, she clearly didn't have the portal open the whole time, thus we can conclude that she can reopen it to go back. So what this actually leads me to believe is that in this flashback, she used the portal to go to Summer, which would make a lot of sense, as firstly she's in the woods. If she used it to go to Ty or Yang, she most likely would have been noticed by them and be closer to the house. Secondly, if we look at her portal connections, Ty and Crow, that's 2 out of the 3 members of her team, Stro. It would make complete sense if she also had a portal to Summer, the last member of her team, as we've seen in the series that these teams are often really close and share an almost family-like bond. So, if she used the portal to go to Summer, it would mean that the one we saw in the flashback is them going back to wherever Raven came from, which is where I'm out of ideas, because that could literally be anywhere. An idea I had is perhaps they tried to assassinate Salem themselves, but when delivering the coup de grace, that is when they found out the hard way that Salem is immortal. As remember, Crow didn't know that and found out with the rest of Team RWBY. Raven said to Yang back in Volume 5 that there are things that Ozpin has not told Crow. So what if Salem's immortality is what she was referring to and Raven found that out on this mission with Summer, which would explain why Raven deeply dislikes Ozpin, as one of her best friends paid the ultimate price due to him not telling them the full truth. It would also explain why Raven is terrified of Salem, as she knows that Salem is a foe that cannot be slain. That would be both tragic and incredibly interesting. Man, I'm so excited. What do you guys think? Maybe you can comment with some ideas of your own and we can fairycraft together. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. That is my goal and I'm doing everything I can to achieve it. So as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.